Welcome to the WWD Day 2019 here in Austria. My name is Michael Grabner. I'm Senior Researcher at the University of Natural Resources and Life Sciences in Vienna. I was invited to act as local organizer for the WWD Day 2019 here in Austria, together with the colleagues from the Austrian Open Air Museum in Stübing. The program of the WWD 2019 is, of course, the symposium.
It's a great pleasure for me to be able to welcome you here to this symposium, also on behalf of the International Union of Forest Research Organizations, IUFRO. I would like to thank the International Wood Culture Society and all the partners involved in this symposium for the invitation to IUFRO to join the preparations of the Wood is Good Day 2019. And I would like to really thank Dr. Grabner and the organizers for having, compiled such an impressive program during the coming days, which will really look at all the different dimensions of wood culture, from tradition to innovation.
Climate change is a huge challenge for our forests, and forests are on one hand they are very affected from this climate change, but on the other hand they are part of solution because they are observing CO2, and so we have to find the right policy for adaptation of forests to climate change. I hope I could give you a short overview of our forests in Austria, and I wish you a very interesting symposium. Thank you so much.
We have this reconstruction project of the mill. We have the International Wood Carving Show. We have the wood turning demonstration. The International Young Adult Furniture Making Invitational. The wood design team. The folk art and craftsmanship. Music performance. The children's event. Education in the field of forestry and wood science, wood technology. Wooden goods from archaeological findings. We have tree planting on the 21st. And of course there's the museum itself.
I have the chance and the great honor to be the director of the Austrian Open Air Museum, which is a unique institution in Austria. We have to present typical examples of all the Austrian provinces of very, very old houses. And this is the great benefit of this museum, that you can compare the quite different cultural levels that Austria can present within the area of 65 acres.
Das ganz Spezielle am Österreichischen Freilichtmuseum ist eigentlich, dass wir Objekte aus 9 Bundesländern mit den unterschiedlichen Dächern, mit den unterschiedlichen Zäunen. Beim Strohdach haben wir 3 verschiedene Arten, bei den Schindeldächern haben wir 5 verschiedene Arten, die wir beherrschen und die wir auch machen. Mein Name ist Klaus Selos. Ich bin seit 35 Jahren im Freilichtmuseum Stübing beschäftigt. Handwerker arbeiten noch wirklich vom Wasserrad angefangen bis zur Stammauer, vom Ofensetzen bis zum Holzaufzimmern. Ist alles vorhanden. Also wir beherrschen wirklich den Großteil dieser alten Handwerkspalette und machen das auch deswegen, nicht nur weil es alt ist, sondern weil es gut ist und weil es ganz wichtig auch für die Zukunft ist. So sehen wir das, weil Stübing ist ein riesiges Reservoir an althergebrachtem Wissen, das aber jetzt nicht verstaubt ist, sondern ganz, ganz wichtig für die Zukunft ist.
Yeah, for the WWD Day 2019 we decided to come here to the Austrian Open Air Museum. I've been attending 4 times the WWD Day before, and the difference is really that we are placed within the forest. We are placed within the natural environment of wooden buildings, of historical traditional wooden buildings. So that's the big difference compared to the other WWD Day events.
On our first day, as soon as we arrived, we were given a tour of the facility, and I think that it transformed or changed some of our ideas because we were so heavily inspired by the beauty that we're surrounded by, not only in the woods but the structures themselves.
and we walk into the buildings. There is 100 buildings here, and we've done only 10 buildings in a full day because we was looking for every tool marks and trying to understand the different aspects. And you can see very fast how much every building have a signature. They had different tools and different way of sharpening. They was more or less skillful as well, and you can see that very well when you look closer to the buildings.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a difficult thing to spell out in words. It's a feeling of being here. The air seems fresher, the aromas of the trees and cooking and wonderful lunches and dinners. The different timber species that we're being exposed to here in Austria too is just adding to that quite different sense of being in Austria, different to any of the other venues that we've been to previously. It's a special place.
Because of the topography in Austria, we have lots of forest land, so about half of the land is covered by forests. We have a very strict forest law in Austria, and we have the so-called multifunctional forest, which means we do not really distinguish between natural forest and plantation. So we have a semi-natural forest which has different functions. One is the utilization function, which is to harvest the wood raw material, but also the environmental function, the protection function, and even the recreation function.
The history of wood utilization here in Austria is quite long, so at least what we know. For example, coming back here to the museum, the oldest building we found here is from 1542. It's a small granary, a very important building that's showing us the potential of the historical timeline of wood utilization also here in Austria. This was really one of our main goals for the WWD event, to use this historical background of the buildings and of the inventory of the furniture, machines and stuff like this, but also show a modern way. We have more than 120 different programs to bridge historical former times, traditional knowledge to future. I'm quite sure that a lot of this knowledge can be used, should be used and will be used also in future.
この特別な場所、現地だけじゃなくてオーストリア全国からいろんな、500-600年以上のそういった生活用品とか木材関連の展示品を多数収集して、しかも非常によく維持管理をして教育の資源として活用しているところがすごく感激しております。それこそ本当に自然体で自然のエネルギーあるいは材料を活用した生活スタイルは本当に環境にも優しいし、人間のそういった体力的にも精神的にも非常に癒し効果があるように思います。
It's a great pleasure and honor to welcome you all to this 7th World Wood Day of the International Wood Culture Society in the Austrian Open Air Museum. Today we literally stand within a large and enormous archive of the history of using wood. But not only the conservation of this wooden archive and the knowledge of the arts and crafts behind it are important for the museum, but also to transfer this knowledge to future generations and to support scientific research for the change to increase the usage of wood as a sustainable resource. The presence of our guests from all around the world is a symbol for the universality of wood. Over the next few days we will have the opportunity to see how different cultures throughout the globe use wood to master and enrich their lives, and how all these cultures are linked together.
You can see change here. We see the way the older houses were made, mostly out of wood and thatching and straw. And today, change. We see houses and commercial buildings 10 stories high built of wood. So that's a change.
I am an ambassador of climate justice, of Plan for the Planet. The impact of climate crisis can be seen everywhere around this world. It's a little difficult, but of course there are solutions. As you can see, we are producing way too much CO2 and we have to reduce that. And among those infinite solutions, the children of Plant for the Planet, they are presenting the option of planting trees. Trees do not disturb anybody. And as you know, they absorb CO2 and transform it into oxygen. We're even setting up planting projects with entire villages, entire cities. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the children are doing something for the future and you as adults can support them. Thanks for listening.
It's a great honor and a pleasure to have you all here in Styria, in Stübing. And it's a wonderful day, a wonderful World Wood Day. Styria and wood is a very close relationship. And roughly 60% of the territory of Styria are forests. Wood is future for Styria, and so I wish you a wonderful and successful and interesting and great World Wood Day here in Stübing. Welcome.
We are very proud and I'm very pleased that this World Wood Day 2019 is taking place here, first time in Europe, in Austria. The forestry and timber industry has a very, very long tradition in our country and an enormous importance to the economy of this country. Use of wood, especially timber construction, is a valuable contribution to climate protection. In order to balance diverse demands of economy, environmental protection and society, comprehensive sustainable forest management is necessary. Events like this, the World Wood Day, can help to have the right answers for the future. I wish all of you a good stay here in Stübing, and I wish all of you and us good solutions for the future challenging. All the best.
We had a lot of change. We changed from manual production to industrial production in former times, and within the last decades. But we see at the moment that there's a change back again. So there's a high interest on manual manufacturing, on high quality products, manually made, sometimes historical, traditional techniques using and stuff like this. And that's quite important. And of course we have to change. We have to change our lifestyle. We have to change our lifestyle to sustainable lifestyle. So this would include, of course, wood and timber.
一番身近なところで、木材は持続可能な材料。なぜかというと、やっぱり、そういうプラスチックとかあるいは鉱物資源と違って再生可能ですし、リサイクル、reuse、reduce、いろんな意味でこれが再生可能ですから、多く取り入れまして、そういう意識を持つこと自体が、やはりこの活動ウォールウッドデイの一つの趣旨、私は思います。でそれを言いながらプラスチックを使う自体が矛盾ですよね。ですから今回このチェンジということは一番この4、5日とはいえ毎日の食べるあるいはそういった使うものから再生可能な木材資源ですね、有効利用するし、そういったプラスチック用品を徹底的にですね使わないという取り組みが非常に大切ですし、おそらくそういう努力が参加者にも共感を得てですね、これからも広がっていって徐々に社会に動かしてきて、より良い社会に作っていくことに間違いないと思います。
If you think about change and our modern society where everything is going really fast and quickly and everything has to be done in a short time period, and regarding wood technology with all the modern tools, modern sawmills. So I think it's interesting also for the visitors to see that these techniques are really precious. Doing the watermill project, showing it to the audience, is maybe somehow contributing to getting acknowledgement for the importance of historical wood utilization, historical crafts. And maybe it can help in the future to raise the awareness and the importance of safeguarding our heritage.
The name changes is it's very interesting to think about, yeah, because it's, for my opinion, when I looked at it, you have, of course, you have these old traditional uses, but here in this exhibition, and also you have also the new ones. So you have not to. Also, traditional knowledge means that each generation could improve. They did not remain on the old skills, but they always tried to improve it. And of course, we have to look forward, particularly looking at our planet and the impact we have on the planet. It's important to look for renewable material. And wood is a very good product, and it should be much more used.
The theme that binds all of our work here at World Wood Day is that we're all utilizing the theme of change in our works. And it's been really fascinating and exciting to see the different ways that all of us have interpreted the concept of change and the theme of change in our work in unique ways. I'm incorporating change in a sense of transformation of one material to another and traditional to contemporary. So it's really wonderful and fascinating to see all of the different unique approaches to the concept and also the material of wood.
今年のテーマがチェンジということだったので、何か今までと違うことをしようと思って、それで実際に表と裏がこうチェンジするからくり人形を作ったんですけど、っていうのが木っていうのは季節によっての色とか形とかがこう変化するものなので、そのチェンジっていうからくり人形とあと木っていうモチーフがなんかちょうどぴったりあったものを思いついたので、それでそれをお客さんにも作ってもらおうと、今回思いました。来たお客さんがこう笑顔にチェンジしてくれると理想的だなと思います。
So one of the great things about World Wood Day is it gives me a chance to meet musicians from all over the world. It's just really is an incredible opportunity, and I would never have had a chance to make these journeys without these very kind invitations from World Wood Day. There's two sides of it for a musician. One is to be able to play your music for other people, and then the other side of it is to hear music from other cultures that you may not be aware of or you may not see very often. And to see it live rather than just on YouTube, it's incredible. You get to look up close at the different musical instruments. You maybe get to jam with someone from a different country. Like, music is international, so even if we can't speak to each other, we can relate to each other at a very deep level, I think.
Et sinon, j'ai un grand honneur d'être invité au World Wood Day en Autriche. Et puisque mon première expérience avec le World Wood Day, c'était au Népal. Mais maintenant, je suis là, je suis très content. Et je ne suis pas seul, je suis avec mon équipe. On est à 6, mes élèves, 5 élèves qui sont avec moi. Et sinon, je peux dire un grand merci à l'organisation du World Wood Day. Tous ces beaux mondes-là et mon élève ont commencé chez moi. Et maintenant, ils brillent, ils vont dans le monde entier. Et si on regarde, par exemple, et voilà, ils sont là, à travailler avec le cœur et plein de joie.
I think for visitors coming here to World Wood Day in the museum in Stübing, it's a really nice opportunity to see the wide variety of wood utilization. From the wood carvers, the buildings themselves in the museum, up to the wooden instruments from all around the world. And seeing it all at one place is a unique opportunity to get a view on what is happening around the world.
I think every place that the World Wood Day event goes to, they actually changes the people that are there. It's the new people that come in and they give value to the event, and it's going to impact a lot of people's lives. Well, it's already impacted my life for me to come back and try and contribute.
And over the 1 week period of the programs, you can see these people appreciate the opportunity to stretch their wings and to look at different aspects, discover different parts of themselves, realise that what they're doing, it may not just be a career, but they fit into a worldwide brotherhood or brother and sisterhood of people with an affection for timber and working with wood, and a good feeling in yourself about doing something that's ecologically responsible, highlighting the beauty of material.
It's very interesting to see so many people sharing their skill in the same place for the same thing. So maybe the World Day can change daily life of people for a sustainable world, of course, to realize that wood and environment in general is so important for daily life, to show to people that we have to preserve nature to have a better life.
I think to have change as the scope or topic of this conference and this World Wood Day is very, very important to get the idea, to get the commitment to change for the future, but we all should go home and really perform the change to the sustainable development and the sustainable world. That's the most important thing.